When you talk about a super high-rise building and the engineering of that building, what you worry about most is not earthquakes, but actually wind. The wind puts much more force and pressure on a super high-rise tower than earthquakes. And so when you think about that, the response that the design team came up with was both to make the footprint of that building much more aerodynamic, so the floor plan is sort of a rounded rotary, and also to twist the form as the building gets higher and higher. As a result, there's no sort of flat face that the building presents that you have to engineer for in terms of a worst case. So simply by doing that, we actually lowered the peak wind loads that the building had to withstand by 25%, and ended up saving $50 million in the construction cost of the structure alone. But to me, it's not only an economic value to the client, but we simply used less stuff. We used less steel, we used less concrete to build that building, less mining of iron ore, less transportation, and so forth. And I think that's a really critical part of sustainability in our practice, whether or not our client is engaged, is how can we design buildings and workplaces in the most efficient way possible and use less materials. So I just want to make that point. Back to LEED, I think also we see this in our own practice, and I think we're seeing this more broadly, that we don't believe innovation really emerges from checklists. There's nothing wrong with checklists. LEED in particular has been a wonderful educational tool. We have over 1,100 LEED accredited staff at Gensler that we're very proud of. They do wonderful work, but we are nowadays challenging ourselves to go way beyond the checklist mentality and look for innovation that comes from, as you mentioned, borrowing ideas from other disciplines or other industries, combining ideas in new ways. And those things really just require smart, talented people to think deeply about a problem, not by simply going through a checklist and applying a set of features to a building.
Absolutely.